I say I need to wash fewer dishes this way, and this gets pretty close, so I'm not gonna split hairs over it. You can make whatever decision you think is right for your lifestyle though. Ahoy hoy friends, and welcome to Keystone Cooking. My name's Daniel. If you're looking for food that mostly follows our 3 Keystone values of being healthy, cheap, and easy, you're in the right place. Tired of overly sugared cranberry sauce or anything that comes out of a can that still holds its shape, and looking for something more authentic for the holidays, but worried that everything's really complicated and difficult to make? I'm here to show you a cranberry sauce that's much more healthy than many varieties you'll find out there, and is super easy to make. It uses just a couple of ingredients and only 2 measuring spoons. What's better than that? I understand that eating healthy can feel really complicated, but don't worry, because all of my tips and tricks are down-to-earth things that you can start doing today. They've helped me lose and keep off more than 40 pounds, and I'm sure they can help you too. At the very end, I'll do a review of the food and go over what I change for next time, so stick around. Let's begin. Now for this sauce, all we need is some white sugar, some brown sugar, some cranberries, some orange juice, and some ground cinnamon. We're just gonna go ahead and toss it in a crock pot, leave it there for 3 hours, and we'll come back and it'll be done. We'll give it a quick stir a couple of times along the way, but it's pretty low maintenance as far as desserts go. Now since I don't want to do more dishes than I need to, and we need just 1/2 cup of the sugar, the brown sugar, and the orange juice, and some water, we're gonna go ahead and start with our dry ingredients and then do the wet ones afterwards. That way they can help rinse out the measuring cup in between instead of being something that all the sugar sticks to inside. Now that we've got our 2 dry ingredients out of the way, I'm gonna go get a 1/2 cup of water and then be back for the orange juice. Now some people would say that technically this is a dry foods measuring cup because it's got a flat top that you can run a knife along and measure out dry goods really precisely. If you want to use a wet goods measuring cup, it looks more like those big 2-cup glass containers that have a bunch of lines along it so that you can set it down and look at it level. I say I need to wash fewer dishes this way, and this gets pretty close, so I'm not gonna split hairs over it. You can make whatever decision you think is right for your lifestyle though. Quarter teaspoon of cinnamon to round it out. Now that we've got everything else in there, we're gonna take our cranberries, which I've already taken the liberty of washing, and go ahead and dump those in. Go ahead and turn our slow cooker up to high, leave the lid on, and come back once every hour to stir. This should be done in about 3 hours or when all of the cranberries are done popping. I'm going to use some time in between then and now to, take care of one of my other healthy tips, which is to keep things tidy as you go. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of this away, take care of some dishes, and we'll be back in 3 hours. Now just to help me remember to come back for 3 times every hour, I'm just going to go ahead and set a handy dandy kitchen timer. It spins up, costs about $1.20, and as long as you don't leave it on the back part of the oven, it won't melt. So that's a plus. I'm going to leave this by the crock pot, and that way it'll remind me to come back and stir. Alright, time to give it a stir. So it smells delicious, like a mixture of cranberries and orange juice and cinnamon, but it still looks like cranberries. So we'll go ahead, reset our timer, give it another hour, because we need 3. So we'll start with the dessert basically on this plate, which is our cranberry sauce. Now this is a homemade cranberry sauce instead of a canned version. You'll notice that this one, it was super easy. It was, I think, 6 ingredients. It took a couple of hours, but it took 3 minutes to throw everything into the crock pot, 2 minutes to get my crock pot and timer set, and some stirring over the course of 3 hours, and it was all done. I probably paid attention to it for about 7 minutes. Really easy. It's got more texture than something that comes out of a can and holds its shape and is sliced using a butter knife, and then you get a nice ring of cranberry sauce. And overall, you'll notice that the calories are significantly decreased. This has 33% fewer calories than if we would have made the version out of the can for roughly the same cost. It also has 33% fewer carbs, which is a 40% reduction in sugar. That's almost entirely the difference. They come in pretty close in most other areas. This has got a little bit more fiber, which will help you feel fuller for longer. But all in all, it's a great side to make for yourself. I personally love putting the cranberries right on top of the turkey. It just adds some extra moisture and flavors that you don't usually get in just a roast turkey. So, experiment for yourself and see what you like. Overall, it's healthy, cheap, and easy, our 3 Keystone values. Health tip number 9 is to don't deprive yourself or label foods as good or bad. This cranberry sauce sure is higher in calories and certainly higher in sugar, but that just means that we're going to enjoy a smaller portion size of it. Number 6 is to measure. I put this on a food scale before I ate it. You could also find ladles that come in certain sizes, or just practice measuring at home so that when you're out at a host's house, for example, eating food, you're not stressing because you've got experience eyeballing the amount of food that you're putting on your plate. I probably would have had about twice as much if I were just thinking to myself, I should have about 3.5 ounces of cranberry sauce. You would have seen a lot more cranberry sauce on this plate. So it's important to measure because cutting down the portion size by half means I still get to enjoy all of it that's on my plate with half as many calories that follow. That brings us to the end of this video. So if you liked these tips and tricks, go ahead and check out our Instagram page at Keystone Cooking for some fun food pictures, and our Facebook group at Keystone Cooking, where we share some delicious recipes and notifications about our videos. Subscribe and turn on notifications on YouTube so that you don't miss out on our future tips and tricks, especially if you found these helpful, and go ahead and share these with a friend. In addition, you can check out this playlist, all about healthy side dishes that you can make that are healthy, cheap, and easy. Congratulations on taking steps towards a healthier and happier life. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.